Let's go.
Hi, I'm back again with the one and only.
What's up? Hi guys, it's Racma again.
Yeah!
The woman of God. Doing the Lord's work on this planet, this earth. Stop taking deep breaths in when I'm talking about my purpose.
It's good for the soul to breathe.
Yeah. While I'm taking God's... Like, I'm talking about God's work and this babe is not taking me seriously.
To be honest, I don't think I'm a heathen. I also partake in the Lord's work. However... Anyway, no comment.
Which one did you have however? Me, I don't have however.
Push your agenda.
Hmm?
You're a woman of God, no?
This is my branding.
Okay.
Woman of God. I was called a born again Christian in Sierra Leone because I had my head right.
Stop it.
And I had a yellow dress that was like below my knees. So man, were like, one guy was trying to move to me, and he went to his friend. He was like, "Oh, who's that born again girl over there?" I was like, "Eh?" And by that time, I had gotten dark. Like I was just shining. The black was shining.
So you just
just
glowing in the yellow.
I was glowing in the yellow. You know, like Ducky. Is her name Ducky?
Yeah.
Like that. I got that complexion.
That's a lie, Racma.
Oh God, I got that dark.
So what happened?
What do you mean? I came back to England.
I can't. Yeah, you should need to show me a picture. Because I can get that dark. And I have
I got that dark
in the
sure
past.
I have.
What, you? I can't see it.
Yeah.
But today we're talking about relationships. Everybody's favourite topic.
What's up?
We have Miss Macaulay here to share her wisdom on relationships.
Yeah, I've been through it, Sha.
I mean, I don't like to claim my trauma as trauma. I claim it as a life experience. But we move. I'm going to start off light for you. So, I already know your answer, but I want to ask you anyway. Do you think it is right to lend money in relationships?
Yeah.
So you think it's okay to do so?
To lend?
To lend a man money?
Here's the thing.
To give a man your hard-earned cash?
It's a bit of a sticky one, isn't it? Okay. I'm in two minds about it.
Mm-hmm.
I think, like, it depends on how long you've been together, number one.
Don't put context into it.
Okay.
Because when you put context, we start saying, but. No.
Okay, yes. If with no context, then yes.
You think it's okay
Mm-hmm.
for a man to borrow money from you?
From both.
I'm just chatting for chatting's sake, because I'll give
Because
it.
if you're married, you're not gonna.
I stand corrected.
I get really dark in as well.
Whoa.
Even my lips get
Yes.
dark.
You look completely different from head to toe. You look like somebody that I know, and if I find a picture of them, I'll send it to you. That's who you look like in that picture. You look unrecognizable. Borderline. That's something serious.
I was there in March. The equator said, "Yo, babe, we're not recognizing you again."
Now look at you now. Get this girl back to the sun, man. COVID let her out, man.
I look older in these photos. I feel like I look older.
No, but I see that thing you're talking about, the swelling.
I swell up so much in the sun, especially in Sierra Leone. I don't have the same experience in other hot countries. But Sierra Leone, I always go in like the hottest period.
So you do it to yourself.
And I swell up crazy.
That's like Uganda in December. It's very, very hot. Very hot. But yeah, you were saying in marriage you'd lend or borrow.
Yeah, like you can't say your husband's in a sticky one and you're not gonna help him.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
So yeah, I would lend money. But I want to have conditions, but you said no conditions.
No, there's no conditions. Like you either do it or you don't. Like I do think it's okay to lend partners money. I would just hope and pray, like I'm with someone that sets up provisions for a rainy day, that there's no need to borrow money.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Same way me as well. But before you come and say, "Oh, you're asking for this and you're not gonna," yes, I'll also save. So come and shout at me. You know, men especially, I'm not a men type person, but men love to be like, girls always asking for things they can't bring. Yeah, cool. I'm gonna bring it as well. Fight me. What next?
I agree.
Okay.
I think it's when women don't, when women are asking for things that they can't bring to the table themselves. That's where disrespect breeds.
That, but I don't think it's a bad thing because men are asking things of women they can never provide.
Like what?
Children. I want a wife to bear my kids. How about you bear the kids? Wait, you can't. So there's certain things there's certain things that I won't do. I won't be on my knees changing our tires. I won't be out there washing our car. It's not what I'm going to. I'm not going to carry heavy bags. I'm not going to do that. Like I say every time, I'm a small girl. We're now redoing our back garden. We need to carry bricks. And I'm going to carry a brick into my home because I married what? A man for no reason. Call it what you want, but hey. My next question. This is not even a question because this is something that you do on a regular basis, but okay. Do you agree with the sentiment that young things run things? So, growing up, I'm not old. I would say sixth form, and I don't care who wants to come and fight me. Younger girls, bearing in mind they're like a year younger than us though, were like the in thing. Like, you know, when we moves to like year 13 and then the year 12s come in, everyone's on the younger girls. Same thing I feel like whenever I look at women that are like younger than me now, guys that are my age will be hanging their tongues out for them, salivating over them. And it's like, maybe I'm bitter, and that's probably true, but it's also like what's the attraction? Like,
is the fact that you can manipulate them.
Right, so you went there. Okay.
It really is, but like it really is.
I thought it was a case of
it's not attraction.
No, I think they're attracted to them. I think they're attracted to the youth because psychologically men are attracted to young women because they think they're more fertile as well.
You're 23.
No.
Man, never talking.
Like... I'm saying it based on maybe a man that's in his 30s might think I'm a fertile babe because to him I am fertile because he's.
So you're 20. Here's the thing: we're not in that space yet. Where it's like,
bro, you're turning 25 this year. These are the things that are coming. Please,
yo.
All I'm saying is that our prime, or our fine years of being those young girls, throw it in the bin. Your time is really. It was loaded, now it's gone. Let the graduates come and take it. The 21-year-olds, the ripe and ready. Those are the plantains they want. They're all the plantains like you. You're the old plantains. These are the new plantains.
All of this is mad, but I don't necessarily think like the young things run things. I think men like to go for things that they can manipulate. There's certain things that, but I really believe this in my soul. There's certain things you will not tolerate from boys your age, whereas a 20-year-old might
tolerate and also take because that's true. But then that's also
because you've learned that lesson by this point.
But then there's also a choice. If I do take it from you because I want to,
yeah. But then
whereas them, they still have that lack of experience.
Because like, there might be when I was 19, dating a 24-year-old, there's certain things that I took because I thought that was the way things were supposed to be. I'm not dating a 40-something-year-old at 24, 25.
And taking certain things now.
Nonsense. Because I've been through it all.
But I also think like so let's say okay, he's not, I was gonna say Mr. But he's older than us.
What Mr.? You can talk about him, just don't
No,
say his name.
the one you were referring to earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's say you know like all his friends, you guys are all friends or cool or whatever. So you know them. So
and they're all with girls.
They wouldn't go with you because you know them and you know who they've ruined, you know what they're about. So they'll go with someone younger that they're like out of the loop. Do you understand what I mean? Like guys would ruin girls in their age bracket, go for girls younger because they're oblivious to the scoundrels. Exactly. And to the acts.
And you're able to manipulate them.
Even if they don't manipulate, they might have performed, but this girl don't know. She might find out later. But
they might have what?
Like they might have ruined every girl that's in their age bracket older to now find themselves, I really want to settle down, but no one in their age is going to take them. So they're going to go for someone that's younger because they don't know. And they might not be bad to that girl, but it's just a case of she's not in my circle. She's not around people that know me. She's not going to prejudge me. She's going to take me for who I am because she don't know me. So when she gets to know you, she's like, oh, right, you like that. But at that point, she's falling for you. So she's not really going anywhere. That's what I think. Like, if I now went to go and be with somebody, if I've gone around and dated every guy in my age group, I either have to go older or younger, because if I finish everyone in my age group,
You're never gonna ever finish everyone in your age
even
group.
if I don't finish, the streets are talking. People don't like to mind their business. So even if I go someone else that's my age, this classic CRB everyone likes to do,
those nonsense CRBs.
I've never agreed with them, but people take them, people make them, they apply, submit, whatever, and they get the information back. So I have to go somewhere where it's not even that it's a mutual friend that you know me. You know me from 5 friends in, so you're not going to know anything about me. Fitness racks, I think, as women, it's pitted against us anyway, because you hit 30 and everyone's like, you know what, you're just, if you're not 30 and you're like this, or if you're not like this at a certain age, you're not of any value. So this young teens living is above us. Like,
totally get you, but I think also that you see the gatekeepers of misogyny and patriarchy is women.
Yeah. No. In this instance, in what I get it, yes, but in this instance, no, because it's men that will be like, you know what, they don't have the biological clock that we have, so they can run differently to us.
I've heard more women tell me that if I don't marry before I'm 27, I'm going to be spoiled milk. No man. Like, this is what I'm saying. But then I've experienced things like that with women.
The comments on that, I get it, and I get the concern, although no one asked. But it's like, I'm thinking more in the case of men are like, we can do what we want, but you man can't, because we're the ones essentially going to pick you, if you get what I mean. Like, they get to pick, no one else gets to pick.
And the thing is, like, that's not true, because women can pick. It's
to a certain degree.
I think, what do you mean by that?
Like, I think you have choices, but I think they can become limited to a certain level.
Then it's the same thing with men. Like, if you want quality,
no, vice versa. They just don't want to believe it. They just want to believe it.
Because if you want quality, like, guys can go and be. This is why I think when we look at these, what would I say? These things in society, or like these topics, we sometimes forget aspects of it. It's like, there are things pitted against women, and there are things pitted against men. Like, obviously with men, in terms of like finance and status and stuff, those are things that they would find harder if they lack those things. Of course, it's not for every woman, but again, men that have money could be as ugly as a dog.
Yeah, ugly.
Still
poor personality,
no
manners, no good hygiene,
and there'll be girls flocking you simply because of that. And then obviously there'll be chicks where, the young things, run things, and all of those things. And I think all of these things are used to really stop people from really understanding what deep, meaningful, honest relationships are. Because every time, like, if you're already walking into like a relationship or a romantic situation with the mindset of, I get to pick, you're not walking into it with the right mindset to be like,
and I hear it,
like a good, healthy relationship.
But you're speaking for a mass generation, a mass of people that not everyone wants to be deeply connected to their partner,
and that's okay.
And that's where you get them. The Kevin Simons of the world, and the men that love to follow him, that will come and tell you.
Wait, who's Kevin Simon? Is it that old
the man that I've. Yeah, with the glasses, the one with the suits.
Yeah, that likes to tell women that they're ugly.
Yes. So I was listening to, it was like a Clubhouse room, and they were talking about how we don't understand why women think that he's so rude and misogynistic. He's telling you guys the truth. He's saying things in a way he talks to a man, and I get that. He's probably saying things maybe the way that men talk to each other, that's fine. But you're talking to a woman now. So don't talk to her like you're talking to your buddies. Like, be a bit polite. And if he's talking to you and he thinks you're attractive, he talks to you politely. If he thinks you're ugly, he's going to talk to you any kind of way. If he thinks that you have a status, he's going to talk to you politely. Any girl on the street is going to talk to you in type of way. So it's not a case of he's just being consistent all round the board. Do you get it? He's picking and choosing when to be polite, when not to be polite. But I'm saying to say, okay, men that think they have a think men that have money, men that have a high status. From what I've been seeing and what I've been hearing, they don't pick partners based on I'm having a meaningful connection with this babe. They pick them on the case of what is this girl going to do for me and how she can fit into my life. I.e., will she be able to carry me some good-looking kids? Will she look good on my arm during meetings and conferences and whatever? Will she be nice to come home to after a stressful day? Is she going to stress my head out and come and argue with me? If so, then no. Is she just going to sit there and listen to me? If so, then yeah. Do you understand?
And I think within all of these, I think I would agree with you to say that you would find that within a majority of these groups of people,
even women, like the ones that are looking for providers, like sole providers, they're not looking for a connection. It's like a, yo, can you pay for this?
Yeah, but then obviously there'll be difference. Everybody will be looking for different things. There'll be people that, I think with one thing that I've learned with relationships is basically there's a give and take. You can't have everything, and you have to choose what's most important to you. If being, like for me, having my emotional needs met and actually having like a real friendship, a deep connection with a person far outweighs the providing role of a man.
Yeah, but that's also because you're not broke.
Yeah, but then
if you had the money racks,
look,
you might not say that. If you're piss poor.
There are girls that aren't piss poor that want a man to provide and pay for everything.
That's true.
So it's like, I think ultimately people have to figure out what they want out of a relationship. For example, there are people that I know that they don't necessarily need to be friends with their spouses.
Yeah, because they can get that elsewhere.
Yeah, whereas like, I want to actually be mates with my spouse because there's no other role for you to occupy if it's not like fulfilling my emotional needs or me being friends and having a deep connection with you.
I think because you actually want to talk to them. But this is what I'm saying, like, when it gets to that way, it's like knowing what you want and why you want it.
And why you want it, and then going after
and
that. And
why it aligns.
Yeah. Because there's no point in saying, like, oh, I want a babe that's like this, and then you're here coming to make her stress out. You know, you want to... This is why men stress themselves out. You want a babe that wants to have sex 7 times a week.
When you know you can only perform 3 times.
Exactly. Or...
leave her alone. That's the case. She's not for you.
Or, you know, you'll now be here doing, I want a good woman. I want, you know, a virgin. And there are virgins that are, you know, very sexually liberated and whatnot. And there are other ones that are like, this thing, I'm not overly excited about it. I'm not really interested in enjoying it. Or getting to that point where it's like, there, you know, and now you're stressing about why your wife only wants to have sex once a month.
But then this is what I said to you earlier. You know that thing of, but when I get married, it will change.
Well,
or when I do this, it will change. People don't understand that it's not a process of you blink and it happens. You put in the work to become a certain way. Even if it comes to what you're talking about in regards to people that are virgins and then having sex, you're not going to wake up and be like, okay, now that I'm married, I'm just going to be so in tune with sex.
And it's not
unless you put in the mental work to be like, or even if it's not, it just might not be your thing. And that's that. Like, it might not be your thing.
But then if you know that this is on that level for you, go and find somebody that's already.
Yeah, but people don't want to find equally matched. That's because, again, they want things, but they don't know why they want them, but then also how that fits into them. So in saying that, I was going to ask you, what did you used to want
in a partner?
Yeah.
Garbage. Fucking trash. Trailer trash.
Rude.
No, I'm playing. The things I used to want. So, I've always been really attracted to pretty boys with pointed noses.
Okay.
Caribbean looking men. And I used to feel as though, like, as long as I was pretty, like, you could actually deal with a lot. And now, I'm gonna say it. It's the truth. I'm not gonna lie. And I've realised that that's not good, nor is it healthy.
Yeah, because the physical attraction. But again,
yeah,
you like what you
like.
But
that was 17, 18-year-old Racma. It wasn't Racma at 21. And the thing with me, I always say this, that once I've deeped that doesn't matter how long I have somebody in my orbit, right?
It's the pointed nose. I'm sorry.
Once,
It's the pointed nose. I can't get over it.
listen, it really does something to me. Keep telling you the nose makes the face, and I have living proof for the nose ruining the face. But anywho,
Oh, yeah. Keep going.
remember, I'm. This is my bag. I'm more than qualified.
Forgive me.
Yeah. So, 17, 18, 19-year-old Racma was here for vibes. This babe was here for vibes, and she was vibing. She was vibing with her head banging on a wall.
Shout out to
I'm so
her.
happy she died. I'm sorry, the awakening that occurred. Yeah, so I wanted a lot of superficial stuff, and I think what I wanted. Let me even bring it back for a minute. Yeah, it wasn't even necessarily what I wanted. It was more of like what I thought I was supposed to want.
Oh, okay.
And it wasn't really what I wanted, because I've always wanted like friendships and stuff. But I think as I've gotten older, I've gotten a lot more confident in myself in knowing that certain things might not be for you, and it's okay to let them go.
But also breaking down like the schemas of what we were told a relationship is, or what we see a relationship to be, or what's fed into us romantically, like being like, I think what, and you know that a relationship is not what it said on the textbook and what it is to you guys, even if it's not understood. And then after that, it's easy.
Like individual. It's basically an
it is an individual experience that is not meant to be understood except for those two people. No one's meant to get your relationship or what you want or how you treat your partner apart from you two. As much as that might be dangerous to say, but it's not. It's not an experience for everybody. Unless you're doing polyamory, then
I totally agree.
Do your thing, but
because this is why I also believe like just not necessarily keep your business low key, but there's certain things that I wouldn't discuss with people outside of a relationship, simply because it's just like
it's not your business, and you won't get it.
Yeah, it's just like that's just not your place, unless I feel as though okay, this makes sense to share this in that context. But it will always be a thing of like,
it's past already.
Yeah,
because you're telling your friends or your family about something that's happening. One skew how you then react naturally, like what you want to do, whereas telling them when it's done, it's like you can tell that story, and even if someone gives you an advice, you can tell them to hold it because you're not going to follow it anyway. And that's again not to say don't follow people's advice, but it's like sometimes you can't, unless you're in something wholeheartedly, you can't bring it outside of you and be like, this is how you should view the situation, because you're only getting like a partial view of it. That might, that's not to say, go and say someone that's being abusive, being mean or whatever. No, it's just being like, use your common sense. You know your partner better than anybody else. If someone's telling you to do something you don't want to do, don't do it. Just use your cognitive brain and make decisions. People don't want to do that, and it's confusing.
It's difficult because it's tough. It means you actually need to look at where you're going wrong and where you need to do better.
That's that self-reflection that we keep talking about. But I think having to highlight issues in yourself is not fun.
It isn't.
And
it's painful.
But it's part of being in a relationship, because it's a two-person thing. It's not always pointing the finger and being like, you know what, this person's doing wrong. Sometimes maybe you're a terrible listener. Maybe you just have poor communication skills. But to come and critique yourself to that level is hard. But if you want a successful relationship, friendship, whatever, you need to look at the characteristics that you have that are dangerous, or if they're toxic, and manoeuvring from that. Yeah, I don't think every time I found a flaw in myself, it's not nice. I don't like to think I'm not perfect, but nobody is.
It's part of life.
You gotta like grow.
And I think also if we taught kids to understand that getting feedback doesn't mean you're shit. It just means you can make an improvement, rather than like, oh, feedback is this doomsday. Like, because when people hear feedback, we automatically get defensive, and that's because we haven't learned like.
But then also the delivery sometimes is poor.
Yeah, definitely.
But then I think also as well, if I ask, I think I used to ask people like what my flaws were. People be like, "Why are you asking?" It's like, I can do as much self-reflection as I want, but it's gonna hit a point where I'm gonna just think I'm okay, and that's not because I'm just like egotistic, but you can only see yourself so far. Yeah. So getting an outside view. And whatever people told me, I was ready to hear it. So I get what you mean. Like, you need to be in a space where you're ready to like hear it and know that, you know what, whatever someone's telling me doesn't mean I'm a bad person. It's just things I can work on.
And once you get that, like even with this business, yeah, the most important thing that I've learned from it, and when I cooled down, because when I started out, I had a hot head, like, and I think it was because it was my baby, and I was so emotionally attached to it, and any little thing will bust a switch. But then you realise, like, yo, in order for this thing to grow and in order for you to get better, you actually need to chill out. And there's this song in my language, it's like, life no ayagba. It basically means, like, life needs you to chill. You're going to get the most out of it once you chill. And you just take it easy.
Love it.
Like,
love it.
You just need to relax. And since I've been, you see this vibe, this cool vibe.
This
as
grace,
if I'm on,
woman of God.
as if I'm smoking weed, but it's just the grace that God has blessed me with.
It just makes your life easier. Like when I'm saying like deflect, like it's not that deep, and it might be like, oh my God, you can't think everything's up, but I take it like there's something happened. Okay, did I die? No. Okay, cool. Move on.
Exactly.
Yeah, I might be angry for a minute. I might be upset, but is it gonna affect me?
Part of the learning experience.
We move on. Like nothing is so serious. Take so much time out of your day to like stress over it, especially when you can't control it. So you just gotta be easy. But now that I asked you what you used to want, let me ask you, what do you want now in a man, and what do you like in a man, and what do you dislike in a man?
What do I like in a man? I actually have my list here. Let me go back.